Hello friends, I am Srikanth Ganvir. I am currently working as an assistant professor in the Department of Ancient Indian History, Culture and Archaeology, Deccan College, Postgraduate and Research Institute, deemed to be University, Pune. I will be presenting on the Buddhist sites at Fanigiri, Nelakondapalli, Gajulbanda and Dhulikatta located in Telangana. The objective of this module is to highlight architecture and art historical features and historical significance of the Buddhist sites at Fanigiri, Nelakondapalli, Gajulbanda and Dhulikatta located in Telangana. This module also aims at providing an outline of important Buddhist monastic sites of the region and their potential for Buddhist heritage tourism. The region of the Eastern Deccan comprising present day Telangana and Andhra Pradesh is known for its celebrated Buddhist monastic sites, shedding light on the history of Buddhism in the region for more than 1,000 years. This region is dotted with many small and big Buddhist monastic sites, some of which have been protected and preserved, whereas the others are yet waiting to be studied and brought to light. The below mentioned sites are representative of the vast heritage that Telangana has in it. Let us begin with Fanigiri, one of the most important Buddhist monastic sites of Telangana. Fanigiri village is located in Nagaram Mandalam of Suryapet district in Telangana state. The village lies on the left bank of the rivulet Arelu, a tributary of the river Musi. The remains of Buddhist monastic site are located on the hilltop located toward the northern direction around 1.5 km from the village. The name Fanigiri may have come from the term used for hood of a serpent. The site is situated on the S-shaped granite hill. Also, it is well established that Nagas or snakes held an important position in Buddhist narratives. Fanigiri was once a well thriving Buddhist monastic establishment, which was in contact with other contemporary sites and was also situated on the ancient trade route which may have connected the eastern and western regions. The smaller in extension Buddhist sites of Gajulbanda and Vardhamana Kota are located 5 and 7 kilometers respectively from Fanigiri. The site was excavated initially in 1940s by the then Hyderabad government and then the Department of Archaeology and Museums, Government of Andhra Pradesh, and recently by the Department of Archaeology and Museum, Government of Telangana. Recently this site was again jointly excavated by the Department of Heritage Telangana and Deccan College Postgraduate and Research Institute, Pune. The archaeological excavations unearthed the remains of Mahastupa, memorial stupas, upsidal Chaitya Gruhas, circular Chaitya Gruhas, octagonal structure which can be identified as a Bodhighara, Mandapas and Viharas. The archaeological remains at this site and its hinterland further shed light on Buddhist monasticism of the Eastern Deccan. Random rubble masonry can be noted at many places throughout the site, the stone for which was quarried from the hill itself. A total of 140 cells can be seen around Fanigiri hill, which may have been used for residential purposes of monastic community. Few brick revetments have been identified which acted as a corridors and also supported the walls. These were plastered with lime on the outside. We will discuss important monastic structures of the site. Twin Chaityas. At the northern part of the site, there exist these two upsidal Chaitya Gruhas fronted by half moonstones or Chandrashilas. The eastern one may have had a stupa inside it, whereas the western one showed traces of the stupa and a pedestal too. These structures are assigned a date of the 3rd and 4th centuries of the Common Era, based on the tradition of twin Chaitya Gruhas as seen also at Nagarjunakonda. Pillared hall or Sila Mandapas is one of the important features of Buddhist monastic architecture of the Andhra Desha. 24 pillared assembly hall measuring 17.05 meter into 10.55 meter was unearthed in the northeastern portion of the site in front of two Chaitya Gruhas. 24 pillars are arranged in a 6 horizontal and 4 vertical rows. None of the pillars survived intact. Most of the pillars were found crumbled and broken into pieces. The pillars were fixed in a structural squarish or rectangular brick platforms in the central part. The exterior side of the back and front walls were originally plaster. This structure was surrounded by viharas on all sides with a total of 43 cells which opened into a corridor. The northwestern part of this complex yielded lots of ash, broken pottery and other evidence which attests this part to be the kitchen, refectory and storage area. At the entrance near the eastern side, two stucco heads of Shankanidhi and Padmanibhi appearing with a Dwarapalas can be seen. This arrangement may have been because there are other entrances too. Another 48 pillar hall was discovered, of which the pillars were made up of limestone. It can be entered through the south and west sides. A separate space has been marked by 4 smaller pillars at the southeastern part of the hall, which may probably have been used for special purposes. This entrance to the hall was decorated at the outside with many sculptural panels, and this area also yielded many antiquities. This shows that it was a comparatively busier and more active center among other structures of this site. The panel showing the turban of Buddha being carried to heaven was kept at the entrance based on the sides which were sculpted and the size as per Professor Naman Ahuja, to remind people of the great sacrifice that Buddha had made and probably to inspire people to follow the same path. The roof of this hall may have been supported by limestone pillars, wooden rafters, tiles and nails. A 16 pillar hall was also discovered close to the 48 pillar hall. Let us have a virtual journey of the Mahastup, one of the most significant structures at the site. The Mahastup at Phanigiri, located at the southern side of the site, is built over a brick platform measuring 30 into 30 meters. The diameter of the stupa is 23.2 meters. Ayaka platforms can be seen, which once may have had Ayaka pillars over them. A fragmentary inscription, which is paleographically dated to the 1st-2nd century of Common Era, found at the Chhatra, tells us that this stupa was built in the memory of a Buddhist acharya whose name was Kanamulaya. The Mahastupa yielded a red pot containing a silver casket which had in it 11 beads, 3 silver and 3 gold flower petals. Sculptural panels may have adorned the medhi and under of the stupa to suit its grandness and beauty. A pathway leading from this Mahastupa leads to a brick structure from where a large amount of ash and pottery were found, thus helping us to conclude that this may be another area that may be identified as a refectory and kitchen. A circular structure was unearthed in the central portion of the site. This structure could have been functioned as a Chaitya Gruha, as such circular structures enshrining stupas were found in other Buddhist sites such as Salihundam and Thotlakonda. The central circular portion of the structure wherein a stupa could have been constructed even after excavation did not provide any evidence of study due to the disintegration of ill-fired bricks. Further investigation is required to examine the remains of unearthed in the central portion to know the precise nature of this religious structure. In the recent excavation, an octagonal structure was seen in the front of two Chaitya in the central portion. An outline of the lime slab was unearthed at the northern end of the structure, suggesting the presence of votive stupa. A Chandrashila or half moonstone as an auspicious object was placed near the entrance. On the basis of these remains, the structure could be identified as a Chaitya. This exceptional find can only be seen at Bagh caves of Madhya Pradesh and in the Gandharan region, both of which are far from the region of consideration here. Somehow, the process of transformation within a Buddhism was going on and was also getting reflected in the execution of art and architectural expressions too. Probably, the regions mentioned above may have had some indirect or direct influences through some kinds of cultural contact and exchange. The stupa may have been panelled with a limestone slabs as some traces are visible. The wall was made of a single coarse and poor quality bricks or mud mortar, which makes us infer that the Chaitya was not fully covered or closed. This structure has been dated to around late 3rd and early 4th century CE. The remains of a votive stupa were unearthed in the northeastern portion of the site. The stupa was constructed using stones and brick beds. On its northern side, a squarish platform was constructed. An outer periphery of stone slabs is also seen. The remains of 4 monasteries or viharas were unearthed in the northeastern and central portions of the site. The first vihar has 11 cells of different dimensions. The second vihar has 8 cells of different dimensions. The third vihar has 4 cells of almost similar dimensions. The fourth vihar has 10 cells of different dimensions. The interior walls of the cells were plastered.